Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Paint Society, the channel where the learning doesn't stop when the video ends. Today, in this episode, we're going to teach you how to do a little bit of a basic blend on this beautiful Apex Blue Pearl. Don't overthink it, it's just paint. And thanks for joining me once again. My name is Brian, and I want to welcome you to the channel if you are new. In this episode, we're going to show you a basic blend, but let's talk about how we got here first. Now, this vehicle had some damage to the fender, and the fender would need to be replaced, as well as the bumper cover. Now, what I love to do is I like to pre-paint my parts first, get everything all cut in around the edges and give it one coat of clear, and then I place it back onto the actual car itself, and then I blend everything at one time. Now, some people like to paint parts off the car and then put it back, and that works for them, but sometimes for me, the colors just don't match up. Now, for example, this one right here, you might not be able to tell, but when there's clear on it, this is actually lighter than the door and the hood. That is because the color is very transparent, and that's something you really wouldn't know when you're painting this off the car. So I always recommend, with colors that can be transparent or iffy, go ahead and just put them on the car. So now what we have is we have this all sealed, we have it based and cleared with one coat of clear, so we have the same substrate on all of our panels, so we don't have to do sealer or anything. We go right into base. It actually saves a little bit of time. So that's what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna give you the point of view from up above. We also have a bumper cover, brand new bumper cover. This is primer, so we sand it down with 320. We all know those Honda primers are tough, so 320 cut into it. Now we're doing the blend here so that the color matches. This is one of those very rare cases that there are no rock chips on the hood, so we have a very nice blend. This car only has around 5,000 miles on it, brand new car, so we'll go ahead and give it the Paint Society treatment. Let's get started.
And let's get things started with the bumper cover. You can see here I mixed up a sealer, and I always enjoy mixing up different custom sealer colors. I call this bubblegum blue. Actually, it reminds me of a very beachy blue. The reason why you want to use something similar to the color you're putting down is because it's going to cover a little bit better. Now, I will say sometimes it can be tricky that some of these colored sealers will give you a false impression that the color is actually covered, the base coat we're talking about. So you really need to make sure that your coverage is good. And this video is all about why you should be careful when you're painting blue or any transparent color. I'm going to take you through some of the experiences that I have dealt with and some of the mistakes that I have made and what I have learned from, so that you can use it on your vehicle. Now, we mentioned before that the fender was sealed, so we don't need to do any of that business. You'll actually get a cleaner job if you do the sealing off of the vehicle first, and then have everything kind of like the same, you know what I mean? Everything's just scuffed up clear at this point. So it's super simple. Now all we got to do is put down our base. Now we're putting probably 2 or 3 coats down, just one here. And it's the easiest process right now when you're blending because the color is already there. So we'll just allow that to flash on the fender and the hood, and we'll move across to the bumper. Now the bumper is going to require a lot more coats than the actual vehicle because we're starting from scratch. So I think we put around 3 or 4 just to get the same the full coverage, if you will, to make sure it matched the opposite fender and the fender that we're actually painting as well. So you got to be careful because what might seem like it's covered, it's actually not. Now moving back over here, we have about 5 minutes of flash time, and I'm using extra slow reducer. Now I used to preach to you guys before that you need to use some of the blending additive, but with this extra slow reducer you don't need to. All right, so I'm going back to back here, and at this point it's covered. I will tell you, I probably put around 2 coats on the fender originally when I cut it in, and then I put about a couple more right there, and now I know that it's all blended and it's the exact same color, because what was happening there on the fender is I gave it 2 additional coats. Now the coats I put on the hood and in the door, it's not going to get any darker because it's already reached its full coverage, but since the fender was a little bit lighter, now they're all one color. Now back over to the bumper. This is actually going to be the third coat. We put a couple coats down, or coat before this one, and you can see now by this time it's looking pretty good. It's pretty solid. We're going to leave it at that. Everything is matching really good. So we're going to head into clear. Now you just always need to make sure that your color is good before you clear it. Now a good way to check is, on the bumper cover it has those sensors, and you can plug one in and make sure that it's the same color. That will give you a good clue. Now there is another way too. Obviously your spray out card, you're going to be using a spray out card at the same exact time that you're painting, and that's going to show you, am I getting coverage? Because these blues will cover different on different substrates or different undercoats, right? So what might be 2 or 3 coats on one undercoat might be 4 or 5 on a different one, and it might take more to get to that point depending on your paint system and your technique and all that. So you always want to make sure, like, I'll tell you a funny story. On the same exact vehicle, well, not this one, but the same exact model, same exact color, I painted a fender off the car, and I did the blend on the hood, and I did the blend on the door. Well, I put the fender back on, and the fender was significantly lighter. And this is exactly why I paint parts on the car for troubled colors, because it is cheap insurance for me to know right away that this color matches. Other painters can get away with it. They might have more experience than me, they might know their colors more than me, but I know what I need to do to make sure that I don't need to do it. And so with that same car we were just talking about, what did I do? Well, I brought it back in the booth, I scuffed up the fender, and I only painted the fender about 3 more coats, and well, what do you know, when I pulled it out of the booth, it matched perfectly. So you got to know your colors, and you got to be careful for certain things. The same thing with reds. Reds have the same common issue. The problem is when you're painting parts off of the car, you visually look at it and you say, okay, it's covered. I've covered all of my sealer. It looks good. I'm happy. But really, when you go to put it back on, that's when you get the true test. So a lot of people ask me, do I have to paint everything together? Well, I do recommend certain colors you do that. Metallics, I recommend that. Pearls, I recommend that. Solid colors, if it's a red, I would probably put it on the car. But for certain colors, you can get away with it. But for me, this is the way I developed this technique. Some people are using it after watching these videos. They're like, you know what, Brian, it works. Some people think it's an extra step because we cut in our part, or we pre-painted our part. Some people think it's maybe a waste of material, but this is the way it works. You're not really wasting too much more material. Think about redos, that costs a lot more. So this is the way I do it. This is after 1 coat of clear. Now it's not perfect. I don't lay them on perfect the first coat. You can see a little dry spray right in this area, and that dry spray is okay. That dry spray is supposed to be there. Not supposed to be there, but it's okay if it is what I'm saying. You will get that on the second coat. A lot of guys will try to just get the first coat looking beautiful. The biggest thing I can teach you in painting is patience. Patience. Do not try to get instant results. Give these chemicals time to do what they need to do so that you can properly give the coatings enough flash time and then lay on your next one, and you'll have beautiful results like this. Now, not to fool you, this is not a perfect job. There was some buffing here and there. There was maybe a little bit of peel on the fender that I knocked down. It was a very, very hot day, so what happens, sometimes that clear will tighten up a little bit, but no job is perfect. I tell you every time, usually I can find a reason to redo every job. Not this one particularly, but usually you can. So this is after it's been pulled out. This is a day later. It's looking beautiful. We can see we got the full breakdown of everything and reinstalling brand new bumper. That is Juan, by the way. Juan is our new shop employee. He is so new, he doesn't even have his uniform yet, but you'll see him more on these videos, and he's just soaking up all of the knowledge. So we're just finishing up, putting all the final touches on, and let's check it out in the sun. There's nothing more rewarding than painting Apex Blue Pearl, one of my most favorite colors that our brand offers. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Brian from Paint Society, reminding you, don't overthink it. It's just paint. I'll see you guys on the next one.